Hi, welcome to I Unlimited, committed to helping you find your best self and inner peace. Hello, fellow travelers. I've got a message to share. I was inspired to work with this deck today, Energy and Spirit Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. And look at this on the inside of the lid. Your life is vibrating with unlimited potential. Manifest miracles with spirit every day. Isn't that a lovely reminder? So, this deck brought me these cards. The first one that came out was Confusion. That could have been my middle name growing up, Confusion. Many choices, uncertainty. Of course, I didn't necessarily suffer from many choices. I felt like there weren't any. But the past, the known, the unknown, the future, all of these, always trying to find the quote unquote right answer, how to do it right, how to be perfect. I also wanted to only have to take the very last step across the finish line. And as I've said, realizing it's like, well, I can't do that anywhere. I can't get dressed in one step. I have to, put this arm in and that arm in and, all that stuff. So I lived many, many years in confusion, and it's still something that can strike and get me. I have to be very watchful because it's just an old pattern. And certainly if we're not standing in our power when we're in the confusion. But notice above all of this past and the what we know, what's coming back to bite us, and the unknown, and I'm not sure, and maybe the fear of the future, the pain of the past, above all of it is light. Right? The light is higher. And that's where we keep our focus, right? See where it leads us. The next card was Wisdom of the Magi. Mental clarity. Isn't that amazing? Confusion came out. Mental clarity was the very next card. So confusion with all of this. Notice how it's darker down here. Find the light. We're going to find mental clarity. The message I got here was notice how, there's intentionality in the eyes, right? There's, clarity, like knowing who this person, knowing who they are. So we have things that are drawing attention up here to the head, the eyes. There's light in the eyes, right? And we're being drawn here. There's light here. And the message was it isn't one or the other, right? But when we are in confusion, we're all up there in the head. It's swirling, swirling, swirling. And we need to incorporate our heart, our body, our gut. We need to be doing that breath work. Long, big, full breaths and gentle to cleanse the body. Do stretches to release that stuff that's been stuck in the body. Shake it out, so to speak. And the third card that came out was Archangel Phanuel. Hope, optimism, new beginnings. Stuck in our head? That's how you know you're stuck in your head. That's how I know anyway. It's that confusion. Look for the light. You'll find mental clarity. And you see how this, not only is it bright and light, but again, he's not gripping it. It's not like, oh, the answer's in here. Let me grab it and hold it and control it. No, he's open hand. And it's above his hand. It's floating. It rises, right? So go from confusion to mental clarity, and there will be optimism, new beginnings, hope. Look at how light and bright that is. Look at the light glowing. The joy, the peace, the confidence on the face, right? And then I was inspired to look at this deck, the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. And in this deck, that was the last. So the first card that came out is, I guess I'm going to move these down. I'll do it this way. The divine. Nope, I wanted it the other way. Sorry. Just kidding. Oh. Okay. Divine matrix. Oh, let me read what it says over here. Interconnectedness, synchronicity, coincidence. And it was telling me, yes, we are all connected. You see it almost like a pattern in the stars, right? That circle, we're part of this unending cycle, circuit, circle. We're part of this and we are connected, right? But the very next card, Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. We are part of a matrix. We are part of a whole. We are interconnected. And we are a unique individuation. And we need to learn to balance these. The equation can't just be all about the other, all about the other. Am I making you happy? Do you like me? How do I show what a good person I am by doing all these things? It also can't be all self-absorbed and not thinking of others, right? In order to have equation, there have to be two sides, and we need to balance the equation. The other thing I love about this is for so long, I only heard, people speak about the 7 major chakras in the body. And I always felt like, no, there's more. I always felt one above my head and one below my feet. And then finally, after some years, I did hear people talking about the one above the head and the one below the feet. I'm like, yes. And of course, we have many, each cell could be considered, an energy center. And so we do have, minor ones and stuff, but this is the Earth Star chakra that's below our feet. And this is grounding. We can't just be all waving around in the breeze, just being blown everywhere. If we're anchored, then we're swaying, we're moving, we're dancing with the breeze, but we're not lost in it and just buffeted everywhere. So, kind of like the roots and the wings, having them both, but being really grounded and anchored and honoring that we are an individuated energy, an individuated soul out of the whole. Unique. So not special as in better than others, just unique, different, individual, our own. And just like, being part of the matrix, we still need to bring who we are, what our recipe of self is, to that. Because if you think of the matrix, think of like the human body. The cell in the liver can't do the same thing that, one of the rods or cones in the eyeball can do, right? They do different things. Both are valuable, though. Both are needed, right? But they're different. And so being a part of isn't about feeling like we're stamped out of a cookie cutter, just all identical, because that isn't going to work. We need to bring all the individuation that we were made with. And the final card, Anunnaki light codes, had to get the pattern there in my head. Energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. So as we're grounded, and notice that even though this is talking about grounded, the arms are up reaching for the light, right? So having the roots, still being connected in both places. That's what this whole thing is talking about. And being open to the new information coming down in. Look at that information coming down. Being grounded to hear it, open to receive it, right? And getting not only new information, but that energetic shift. Something ends so something can begin. Maybe a new direction, a new thought, a new idea. I don't know. But very consistent and very timely. These are calling me again. And the message I'm getting here is like today for me. I woke up, everything's great, doing well. Got on the computer, started to do some things, administrative type stuff I needed to do. And just kind of felt like my interest and attitude, enthusiasm just, go down. And so it's that I'm listening for what they're. So when happiness, when joy, when our foundation is based out in this airiness, and by the airiness, I mean feedback from others. We're looking for this. We need that agreement, that cooperation. Because, hey, some days everything just falls right in place, and other days it doesn't. But then, again, it's like we're not anchored. And so we're blown about when things don't go the way we want them to go. So that's why this is so important, to do the root first, to be grounded first. Instead, because it was one of those like, oh, let me just really quick do this, before the meditation. And woo, Lordy, that was a bad choice. So it was just another thing of ground ourselves. And what are we going to ground ourselves in? Are we going to ground ourselves in the monotony, the dissatisfaction and disappointment of the daily grind, of things aren't the way I want, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm miserable. Or are we going to ground ourselves in the light? Like I said, look at this, just reaching mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, reaching for the light, embracing the light, pulling it on in. Because then we are grounded. We have a foundation in the light. And then whatever else happens, it doesn't uproot us and throw us off course. So I hope that gave you some insight and inspiration. And I hope it helps you find your best self and inner peace. I hope this video helped you rise higher and shine brighter. Keep going. Invest just a few minutes here with me each day, and you'll see your happiness, fulfillment, and inner peace grow. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe to this channel so others can find their best selves in inner peace too.